If you're a man, at some point these words have come out of your mouth. All I'm saying is if it came down to it, I could probably fuck up a bear. If it came down to it, I could probably take on a jiu-jitsu black belt. If it came down to it, bro, I could probably land a commercial plane. But your odds of beating a bear in a fight are near zero, as they're usually 3 to 6 times heavier than you, 2 to 4 feet taller than you, and somehow also twice as fast. Your odds of beating a jiu-jitsu black belt are, well,
zero chance. You're fucked.
And of course, your odds of successfully landing a commercial plane with zero training is also near zero. Yeah, we still believe we can land a 747 if it came down to it. Why? To answer this, I've invited Professor of Evolutionary Biology at Stanford University, Yaw Group backwards. The first thing we need to understand when men claim if it came down to it I could land a commercial airliner is what they mean by if it came down to it. Men have what us biologists like to call that dog in them. And when men say if it came down to it, they're basically talking about a scenario that would require the dog within to come out. Now, a stressful situation like a plane losing its pilot and needing somebody to land the plane would definitely call for that dog within to come out, if that's even a thing. And of course, if you took just 1 second to look at the research, you'd see that men are making this up. There is no such thing as a dog within. It's more like a tiger. When a stressful, life-threatening situation arises, men can tap into a deeper, innate skill set that more closely resembles a tiger. They have increased in near superhuman speed, agility, strength, and intelligence. And I'm not talking about book smarts. I'm talking about intuitive intelligence. Under life-threatening situations, men are able to take seemingly impossible information, interpret, translate, and act upon the information effortlessly and successfully. The seemingly impossible task like landing an 800,000-pound metal bird flying 30,000 feet in the air becomes as simple as... I could probably figure this out. It's not delusion, it's not an overinflated, overblown sense of their skill, it's biology. That when I see red feeling, that if it came down to it feeling that you're capable of things people don't think you're capable of, is real. Don't listen to the people who tell you aren't as capable as you think you are. That jiu-jitsu black belt doesn't know about your right hook. Bear is just a big dog and you can beat up your dog. And a 747 is just a car with wings, you'll figure it out. Hey, what's going on? So the captain's come down with a terrible case of food poisoning and he's unconscious right now, and it appears you two are the only ones capable of landing a plane. Oh my god. Ma'am, is it correct you have over 10,000 hours in the air flying for Delta? Yes, I've been flying since I was 17. And you, I believe, sir, you got that dog in you. Yeah, I do. What? This is a tough one, because it's a pretty small cockpit. There's only enough room for one of you in there, so who do I choose? You choose a captain. It's actually the captain, and everybody called me that because of my drinking problem. It had nothing to do with me knowing how to fly. You don't know how to fly because you're not a pilot. I am. Why are you even considering this guy? Well, because he claims that if it came down to it, he can land a commercial plane, and, well... it's come down to it. Right, which is why you choose the person with the highest chance of landing this plane safely. The choice is very obvious. You're right. It is an obvious choice. And tragic news out of North Carolina today. A passenger plane carrying 83 souls crashed on landing, killing everybody on board. I'm told this is after the plane lost its pilot and allowed a female pilot to land the plane. Man, that is just really unfortunate they didn't have a man on there. Unfortunate indeed. Because I know if I was on that plane, if it came down to it, I could have landed that shit.